is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Dice Throne, which is a game that I've actually had on my shelf for quite some time. So I have quite a lot of these 1v1 games, like a lot of them, because I tend to like them quite a bit. They're probably one of my favorite like kind of game genres, is the head-to-head kind of battle. And this one I always wanted to almost kind of stay away from, because it's just like, oh, roll dice and activate effects. And it's like, I don't want to roll dice. I don't want to sit here and be like, ooh, what can I do? Nothing. Nothing. Great. Look at that. I guess
fat nothing on my turn.
Yeah, so it's like, man, that's fun. Oh, wait, is it my turn again? Oh, let me try it. And, oh, nothing, you know. This game is not like that.
It mitigated dice rolling a lot.
Right. So there is the almost perfect amount of luck in this, which is really, really good. Because the game is exquisitely simple, because all you do on your turn is you roll 5 dice. You get it says up to 3 rolls to activate an ability. And so that gives you a lot of ways, kind of the risk-reward mentality, where it's
very much so.
Okay, like, do I try to go for that large straight? I just need the one result, but you have a 1 in 6 chance of course, getting that. Well, that would be... I mean, I probably wouldn't like this game if that was the case.
Yeah,
like, if it was just this, I wouldn't really care for it. But the fact that you have a deck of cards...
I don't know how big the deck is. I imagine 40?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32.
32?
Or 33, I guess. That's an odd number of cards. But the fact that roughly half the deck, are cards that are specific to your character, as well as the other half are the same that other players the other players have, which also give you ways to mitigate the dice.
This is wild, because I only figured they upgraded once. There's actually level 3s.
Yeah, they have level 3s in there. You have to go in that order, though, but you only play the CP difference from level 2.
Okay.
Actually, I think you can go straight to level 3, but this could be a shit ton of CP for you to get. So, this game is exquisite.
Yeah, this is excellently made.
It came down to, literally a die roll. Actually, 2 die rolls, because... Shade Swift, my defense, which gives me 0 defense.
That's all counterattacking?
It's pretty much all counterattacking, unless I get 2 aliens masks, which gives me a smoke bomb. Which what I was trying to do at your final attack was I was hoping my first defense would have given me a smoke bomb, because then I had another card that let me defense again. And I was trying to get another smoke bomb.
You're like, yes!
To try and just whatever, give it... Oh, there you go. There I would have had it to block all damage. But yeah, and there's so many just different ways. The game, you start out at 50 health, and it's like, oh god, this is going to be a grueling...
coming from Magic, 20 life is what you start at.
Yeah, or in Commander, you have 40.
50's a lot.
And 50 it sounds like a lot. Then it's like, okay, I'm going to roll dice, and alright, I'm doing 9 damage to you.
Yeah, it's the amount of damage versus the amount of life you have in this game that really makes it super close. I was at 1 life.
You're at 1 life. Actually, what would have... I wonder if if it mentions what would have happened, because technically my defense would also... would have attacked you. Because if I hadn't rolled...
For the smoke bomb?
No, because I was trying to... Because it says, my Shade Swift is on sword, deal 1 damage. On... Shuriken, I deal 2 damage. And so, and I get to re-roll 1 of these dice. If I had rolled a Shuriken, it would have dealt 2 damage, which would have been enough to kill you.
I did have 2 evasion, so...
Well, I don't know if your evade lets you block...
It prevents all damage. I pick a source.
Okay.
Yeah, it says if I were to receive damage, I may expend the evasion, and if I roll a 1 or a 2, I wouldn't take it. So I rolled a 3... I rolled 2 3s, so I would have taken that damage.
Yeah, and actually, I just found it. If we both are reduced to 0, the game's a draw.
Oh.
So it's not like, ooh, what, there's no tiebreaker. It's just we both killed each other.
Man, this game's fucking good.
So, yeah, I love the fact... I mean, first, let's talk about, like, presentation. Like, all you do is you open it up and you're like, oh, okay, here's my character.
Very simple.
All the cards, this leaflet, okay, here's what they do. Let me fold this out. And, okay, that's just what I got. And I love the fact that they have the ultimates are actual, like, ultimates.
Yes.
Like, if they pop off, that is rough.
Yeah, it's devastating. Mine does 12 damage. I get 1 evasion, and then I inflict you with all 3 status effects. Mm-hmm. It's
mine
really
gives
good.
me a smoke bomb, inflicts you with 2 poison, which if you can't get rid of ice, and it deals 10 damage. Essentially, I deal 16 damage to you if you can't get rid of it. But even then, like, the status effects, the cards that are in the deck are so, like... Oh, you just choose an opponent. Like, I'm going to remove all status effects from me or from you.
Yeah.
Or, I'm going to swap them. So it's like, oh, hey, I'll take... Like, I took your evade.
Yeah. And then I got rid of it.
Got rid of all of it. So, I mean, I will say that actually can be a negative because it never feels good in 1v1 games to prep for stuff and then it's just all just taken away.
Yeah.
Keyforge is literally, that's the game. It's just, I'm gonna do all this. Yeah, okay. You can't do anything. You can't respond on your turn. Cool.
Mr. Garfield, you could have done that.
I'm gonna just destroy and stop everything. What the fuck did I just do then? Like, you did nothing as well. You just destroyed everything. It's like it's always a wash.
I made you waste your whole turn.
You're right, and I feel better because I didn't waste my turn. I made you waste your turn.
On frustration,
but then you wasted your turn by making me waste my turn, and now we're neutral. Neutral. Yeah. So this game, I mean, also because technically it can be played 3 or 4. These games are never right with 3 or 4. It's always like the 4-player game is 2v2.
Yeah, I don't see this going well.
Yeah.
Unless you like shared a health total, and I guarantee that's not how it works. I'm sure it's like, I
mean, because we technically haven't played it at 3 or 4, but it's like, oh, okay, 3-player games. It's King of the Hill. Each player begins with 35 health. Player with the most remaining health are considered the leaders. So, yeah, they have just the King of the Hill mode. Then 4-player games is 2v2. And it actually kind of tells you how to target each other.
So it goes in a Z pattern? Yeah. I don't like that.
No, I don't like that either. This game, of course, like Sorcerer can technically be played with more than 2. No.
Should be a 2-player game.
Yeah. It takes a lot of consideration to make a multiplayer game. But anyway, back to the unique characters. It's just you just grab one and then they tell you their complexity rating. And and then I just read what all their statuses does on top of the fact that what their cards do.
I like that it tells you the odds on your dice.
Yes, yeah.
I like the odds on the dice. I like the definition as well as like keeping the token image there. The FAQ for individual like characters is very nice.
That is really cool. You never see that.
Absolutely
ever. Like BattleCon, for example, is another one.
This spreadsheet real quick.
Right. Or try and find it online and hope someone else had the same question that I do. That's something that a lot of these games could go with. Is just here's some frequently asked questions about all the characters. I mean, granted, you might not quite have the same ones, but you can probably at least get an idea. So, I mean, like, for example, technically my ninjutsu doesn't say I can spend multiple, but at the front it says, when can I use ninjutsu? Anytime after you declare an attack and before the end of the roll phase. So it's like, okay, and if status effects are instant, then I can just, I can have 3, I'll just spend all 3.
Which is nice. Being able to have the utility of being able to spend it whenever you want.
Exactly. And what's really cool is each character feels
vastly different.
Yeah. I mean, in all reality, we're really just rolling the same 6-sided dice with different icons on them, and it's like, okay, how different can they really be? They feel radically different. And if they don't, the games are short enough that you're not going to quite be able to pick apart. Well, okay, we're kind of doing the same thing, but not really. Because of the status effects.
Yeah, like, you can see, obviously, that, like, our top corners same thing. I have to roll 4 6s. You have to roll 4 6s. This goes off of a tier. The biggest difference, I would say, is your walk the line and my demising shot are different. So there's subtle differences. Obviously, you still have the small straight and large straights.
Yeah. And that also could easily be because we're doing the complexity too.
Yeah. We could try Treant and Shadow Thief, or Paladin and Barbarian.
And what's also really nice, once again on presentation, is the front, the art. Like, whenever you fold it out, you have the full art, but whenever you fold it up, it still matches.
Yeah, it is very nice.
He's complexity 6, by the way.
Oh, Treant is? Yeah. He's, use all your brain cells to hopefully combat your opponent.
Yeah, look at that. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he has 6 statuses.
And I like how it, folds out and it's a whole art piece.
Yep. Yeah, so, I mean, you really get to just kind of pick your play style. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, do I like the ninja? She is really quick, and she's not quite a damage dealer. Like, she's not just whipping out 15 points of damage.
Just slapping her big old fat cock on the table.
Right, and just showing people who's boss. But she also really has no ways of defending unless the smoke bombs are going your way. But she has delayed ways of dealing with, I'm going to constantly inflict you with poison, which cause you to spend CP to try and get rid of.
I actually just read on the FAQ, I can actually spend evasion to get rid of poison, or to avoid the damage, which I don't like.
Oh, I see.
Because it's any damage. So I don't get how I can be poisoned and I just combat roll away from it when it's inside me.
Well, when does it say you have to spend the evasion?
The question is, can I spend an evasion to avoid damage received from a status effect? It says yes. Also, 1 token avoids all accumulative damage taken from the upkeep phase. So, for instance, if I am burned or poisoned, I may spend 1 evasion, and if I have it go off, I avoid all the damage from it.
That is really dumb.
That is dumb.
Actually. Because, it's like a player inflicted with this token removes it at the conclusion of their turn and then receives 3 damage.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense. It's just oh, man, you actually injected that poison into me, but good thing I'm going to roll away. And it's just oh, man, I rolled so hard.
Get that gay away from me.
The poison and just shot out of the wound, and it's that's kind of dumb. I would probably house rule that.
Yeah, I definitely would.
And be like, that makes no sense, because it's delayed poison.
Yeah.
Like, if it was not delayed poison, it would be it also kind of they made different it does because yours says
delayed poison. This says just status effects from upkeep phase poisoned.
So that's different than mine.
Okay, then I would say your poison still goes off.
Okay, cool, because I was like but that makes no sense.
Yeah, rereading it says effects that happen during my upkeep.
Okay. Still kind of weird, but...
It is weird.
But at that point, it's alright, well, that's a little bit better than just... Because it's at that point, then it's okay, just play the Moon Elf against this character and you'll never take damage,
or have higher odds of not taking damage.
Right. But yeah, it's so good. It was super close. I mean, yeah, 'cause,
both games we played.
Right? Yeah, because the first game we played with these two, I won, and then this one you had won.
I just
What sucks is that this came down to literally just probably 1 die roll,
and I even I fucked up. We both fucked up back to back.
Oh yeah, because I think I whiffed.
You whiffed. I whiffed. Then you went. I think I whiffed again.
Yeah, I think because you were trying to go for the ultimate, and I had 17 health, and you had 8, and I'm just all right, this is kind of in the bag. You should have tried to close the gap, and you closed the gap.
By luck, I drew the right card at the right time.
Sure, and that is going to be a part of this game. You have to, when going into it, you have to understand that you have a deck of cards, which is luck already. And then you have dice, which is luck already.
Also luck.
Which normally, in my book, I'd be fuck this. I'm not playing a game. But how about we just roll it? Whoever rolls higher wins. all right, you win. Like that's how a lot of games are whenever they just rely on dice, and they did such a fantastic job mitigating it. And then of course, if you have season 2, you get another 8 characters. And then if you get the Dice Throne Adventures, you get a campaign where you co-op and play and fight against bosses. That's a good... Well, Nate Chatelier, Manny Tremblay, and Gavin Brown. But if you're thinking about the company...
I don't know if a company made this or not. Fantastic job, guys.
Let's see.
This is great.
Let me see if I can find out the company. I'm really drawing a blank on who did it.
And this thing is very nice.
That is nice, and it makes sense whenever it says keep rolling 6s, because yes, you very much want
all of them.
6s. All right, Dice Throne. Dice Throne.
Dice.
Okay, it was Mind Boggling Games as well as Roxley, and Roxley is known. You haven't played Santorini, but they did Santorini, which is another great asymmetrical 1v1 game. So yeah, they're killing it. I would love if they just kept it up with season 3.
This is really good,
right? What I would really like, and I think they might have it, is a way to just have it all in one big box. Because right now I have the season 1, which still it's just this. And then you have a season 2, which is another big box, and then the Adventures is its whole separate box. Great, if they're done and they're just boom, here's the big storage. I think it's I think I saw something actually on Board Game Geek that said, Dice Throne, a battle chest.
That would be sweet.
Dice Throne. Yeah, season 2 battle chest. Maybe I just didn't get. What is that? Contains all 4 sets from season 2. Maybe I do. I don't know. But yeah, this one, it's fantastic. I am blown away because it just once again goes to show you don't have to make your game with a 50-page rule book.
No.
With all this shit. If you put in high quality with great mechanics and simple rules, people will flock to it. Because this is the game that, the games aren't long either.
No.
You don't have to sit here, because BattleCon is one of those games, I keep comparing it to that because it's a 1v1 fighter, is one where you're sitting there and you are really getting into the mind of your opponent, because everything is open knowledge.
Yeah.
So it really feels a lot more tactical, but sometimes it's I just don't feel like really trying to outthink you, because if I don't and I lose, it hurts more.
Yeah.
Here it's dice kind of happened, but that was fun. This was 30 minutes versus an hour. Don't get me wrong, I love BattleCon, but yeah, this one is a lot more lighthearted, and it's just yes, I got the, if you had gotten your ultimate, I would have been that's fucking amazing. Granted, I had a card to make you re-roll, and
I got so close!
You did. You got the closest out of all of us.
I got 4
out of
moons.
all 2 of us.
4 moons. I was ooh.
On one roll, too.
Yeah.
I was oh!
What is he doing?
Yeah. You got anything else?
The artwork's fantastic. I don't know who did the art, but whichever one of you 3 or on your team did the art, it's phenomenal. Quality of the stuff is pretty good. I am very happy.
Gavin, the last 2, Gavin Brown and Manny Tremblay.
You guys did a fantastic job on the artwork.
Well, actually, I don't know if you noticed it, because it's kind of I will say I would have liked. While these are great, I would have liked them to be a little bit more clear, because it's all green. And yours is all blue, except for some reason your defense.
Yeah, my thing is green.
Yeah, so it's I'm sitting here and it's just it all kind of blends together. But if you really look at it, your attacks have different art.
Yeah.
On them, but you kind of are just glossed over, just looking at at least I am anyway, with just all the green, and yours is literally just blue and white.
It is. I like the flavor of stuff too.
Right. So it's these different attacks do kind of allow for imagination, you can actually fit in versus just because this game easily could have just had the symbols.
Oh yeah,
having the art to complement it
is a lot.
Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that because they have obviously you just have a basic attack because you have a 3 out. At least I do. I have a 3 out of 5. I have a 50-50 chance of rolling swords.
Yeah, I do too.
So it's very rare that you're gonna miss. which is really nice.
Yeah.
Like, you're really only going to miss if you kind of try to, risk it.
So you're guaranteed, almost certain that you're going to get at least your least damage dealing attack.
Yeah.
Which is very nice. I really appreciate the fact that your game came with sleeves.
Well, I paid extra.
You
paid?
Yes,
this is a Kickstarter game, so yeah. I think I got this retail. What poor motherfucker buys retail? No, I'm kidding. It's actually more expensive sometimes to go retail. But yeah, no, you paid extra for them. But I love the fact that they weren't just clear sleeves.
Yes.
That they were based off characters. This adds more to the theme.
I just can't do cards without sleeves. It bugs me now.
If the game requires shuffling, which this game
does,
at
a certain point,
yeah, for setup, I'd be hard pressed for people to
go through their whole deck.
Yeah,
you'd have to one of those characters would have to focus on going through.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
But yeah, game's phenomenal.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, where are we at?
I don't feel right giving this a 9, but I really feel like it deserves 1.
I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to give it a 10, honestly.
No. I'm not going to give it
No, it's not that good.
It's really good.
It's actually shit being a 9.
No. It's not even that. It's just, it feels so simple compared to other games that I've given a 9.
Oh, right. But that's what makes it good.
Yeah, and it's great.
Because you don't feel like you're just going through the motions. Like a lot of sometimes more simplistic games, you're just like... Because there are games where you're, okay, I guess I'll do that, and that's what I got. All right, I guess I'll deal 5 damage. There's this no...
You're always thinking about what you were going to do, how you could counter it.
And it's, literally, it's because the cards are also involved.
Yes.
I honestly think that the fact that both of these are complemented and not one randomness outweighs the other. Because I was holding cards specifically as defense and CP as defense to sit there and be like, okay, I need to make him re-roll, or, and then I stupidly got rid of a card that gives you a 6, and I was like, wait a minute. Oh! That blows! But that's part of it whenever... I mean, if you're playing a fighting game and you make a mistake and the opponent capitalizes on it, that's just the way it is.
Big punts hurt a lot. I've done it plenty of time in tournaments, and
Right.
it feels awful.
It does feel awful, so...
I'm so fucking stupid!
I'm gonna just fucking end it. It's just making me feel good! So, yeah, I mean, I'm at a 9.
Yeah, this game's great. Shy of perfection, but it is.
The only reason it's not a 10 is because the randomness still exists.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% fine with complete randomness. This is the best part that I can, or the best application of randomness that I can think of. Because if you're going to do dice, give lots of ways to mitigate it. And
it was definitely there.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like, I didn't sit here and feel like I lost because of dice.
Yeah, no. I didn't feel like
or because there are so many games where it's like everything you do is random, and it's like, well, you didn't win because you played better than me. You won because the dice just happened to go in your favor. That's not strategy. This game has strategy with a little bit of perfection. Because I do like dice. I just like when they're applied correctly.
And this game does an excellent job of doing that.
Right. All right, so that is our thoughts on Dice Throne. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.